Been all over New York State. I've been from Western New York to Long Island. I've been from Central New York to New York City. Been from North Country to Southern Tier. And the problems that we are all suffering from are directly because of the establishment politicians. We have to have new, bold ideas to fix this state. We have to support hemp and cannabis, to support our struggling farmers, to support our youth in new ideas so they'll stay in the state, to combat our opioid crisis, and actually even to help our environment. We have to have real criminal justice reform that includes both the corrections officers in the facilities and the loved ones of the inmates, so we can ensure that those who should be punished are punished, and when those get out, they have an actual chance at a second chance at life to get their life back in order. We need new, bold ideas for a new New York, and this bold message is approved by Larry Sharpe.
Oh, yes. Welcome to a very special event this afternoon, I should say. For some of you this morning, I showed that video up front because I wanted you to know that I have spent time campaigning. I have spent time running in a race that crossed an entire state, and I learned lots of lessons. Many of them were hard lessons, and my team didn't always do as good as I wish it had done. I didn't always do as well as I wish I had done. And by the end of our campaign, we were really good. Sadly, it was too late. But the impact that we made was important. What we did was important. And I think more than any active libertarian right now, no one has done a larger big L libertarian campaign than I did in 2018, since 2016. And I say this because what I'm going to talk about now is what I think matters for this election cycle. And a lot of it is based off of my 2018 campaign. Some of you may not agree, and I get it. And I'm going to give you my opinion. And some of you are going to be like, yes, Larry, I'm in. And some of you not so much. Clearly, I'm biased. And I get that. And I accept it. And I will put up front that I am absolutely biased with what I want. And what do I want? Why would I even jump on board and start to even want to be part of a campaign this year in this really tough year? And I'll tell you there's several things that I want. Number one, I want impact for down ticket. I know that may sound odd or sound weird, but that's what I saw in my 2018 campaign. When I ran in 2018, building out the infrastructure across New York State, helping people across the country. A lot of people who were on my campaign and learned the lessons that we learned were able right afterwards, the next year, to actually make real impact and actually win. And we got victories. We got serious down ballot success from my run in 2018. And the data is in. That's what we did. We learned how to raise money. We opened up more donors. We got more people to run. We brought people from left and right into the party. We did all of those things. That is what I want tremendously out of this 2020 campaign. I want us to be able to have someone and a campaign that will next year absolutely see clear and obvious down ballot impact in a positive way. That's one of my number one issues. Second issue, I want us to be able to be ready in case that crazy lightning strike hits. Yep, if all of a sudden, the 3 strikes of lightning hit in a row and boom, this actually gets pushed to the Congress, I want to have someone there who I am very sure of, that I am very confident of, that will actually get the vote and be nominated if that lightning strike happens. Don't get me wrong. I understand completely the odds of us winning are slim. I get that. There's a big however here. With COVID, and they're blaming Trump, and they're blaming Obama, and they're blaming China, and they're blaming whoever. With all of that happening right now, who knows where this is going to land come November? If there ever was a chance for us to get that lightning strike, it's this year. And it may not happen, but absolutely there is a chance it could happen this year. So let me go down. That's what I care about. And to make that happen, we have to have a candidate who I am comfortable is going to have some staying power. What does that mean? I know they will stay with us and they will still work with us and help us out and campaign and endorse and raise money for all those other people. I know I'll do it. I already do it. So that part I'm squared away. If you don't know that, you're not paying attention. But I know I will do that. I want a candidate who I am very comfortable will do that. I want a candidate who has a plan to make all that happen. I want a candidate who I believe can raise money to make all that happen. One of the things I learned so much, and those of you who are on my campaign, you get this, money is far more important than I thought it was. I knew money was important, but I had no idea how important it was. It's really important. And I've realized that much more now than I ever did. Money has to matter. So let me go through a couple of the candidates specifically. I'm going to start with Kokesh, believe it or not. And people will say, why Kokesh? Because Kokesh is the exception compared to many of the other candidates. Kokesh actually has a plan. Kokesh actually raises money. A lot of the other candidates, they don't have money and they don't have a plan. They just have rhetoric. Kokesh actually has a plan and actually raises money. So I'm going to give him total credit for that. My concern is, and my belief, and this is my opinion, and many of you disagree, I don't think the country's ready for him. I think he's 10 years too far ahead of his time. I don't think the country's ready for a dissolution. I don't think it's ready. But if the country is, and if I'm wrong, Kokesh has got the plan. He's done something which is very savvy in that he has something that is radical enough for the population to find exciting or interesting, but mainstream enough for someone to understand, or familiar enough for someone to understand. Meaning, he's talking about the idea of a calm, orderly bankruptcy process, which at least people understand. Again, I don't believe that the country's ready for that. But man, got a plan, raises money, campaigns. Good on you, Kokesh. If you are someone who believes that America is ready for this, I can understand why you'd vote for Kokesh. I get it. I don't believe the country's ready for that. So that's why I'm not going to go there. And I also think it destroys our party overnight. So I don't think I want to go there. But I'm going to give him props for what he's done. So that's where I'm going to start with him, because he is the exception. I believe the other candidates fall into a similar place, right? I'll go because I'll mention Hornberger. I don't think Hornberger is going to raise the money. That's my concern. However, if your impact, and this is up to you as a delegate voter, if your impact is all I care about is being, having a strong principled message, tough to beat Hornberger. I'm just being forward. Tough to beat him. But my concern is that is a message that is only about us and nobody else. It's only about us. That's my worry. My worry is several-fold. One, is it going to have impact outside of us? My gut tells me no. Now, again, you may disagree or maybe you don't care. Okay, if you don't care, I got you. But if you actually care about that, that message probably isn't going to be outside of our party. Remember, the people who vote are people over 50, statistically, right? Those are the people who vote. So when you do that, how are those people going to take a message that says, we're getting rid of everything you've known for 50 years overnight? They're simply not going to accept that. And if you don't know that or don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you. That's absolutely going to happen. There's no way they just go overnight gone. Again, if you're not concerned about impact, don't worry. The idea of Hornberger getting 5%, slim to none. He's admitted it. Never going to win a presidency. He's admitted it. He gets it. That's true. Again, if you believe that all we care about is principle, he's your guy. I don't believe that. I want impact. I want staying power. I don't believe Hornberger will stay with us. He didn't last time. I don't think he will again. I think he'll do his thing, and then we'll never see him again. That's my opinion. I may be wrong, but this is my opinion, and I hope you hear that. That's why I'm not supporting Hornberger for that reason. I don't believe he's going to stay. I don't believe he'll raise money. I don't think his message is going to get outside of our party at all. I think he's going to turn off people who are 50 and older. He may turn on people who are younger. That's possible. The issue is they don't vote. And are we going to shut down our party for 10 years, waiting for the youngsters to start voting? That then moves me into Supreme. Supreme absolutely has a chance of getting 5%. No question. The guy he's smart, he's savvy, he's got the social media presence. He's got a shot at making 5%. That's true. No doubt. Give him props for that. The guy's been rocking and rolling. My concern is, again, it's similar to a Hornberger situation. When it comes to people over 50, they're not going to accept that as a mainstream politician. They're just not. And even he says it. He talks about getting the youth and high schoolers and college students and young, and I think he will rock them. I agree. It makes total sense. If you watch his recent video, I've shown it to people who are over 50, and they go, what is that? They have no idea what that is. They don't even know what it is. The youth go, oh, that's cool. I get it. It totally works. My worry again becomes, if we go Supreme, while we might get 5%, and again, if that's what you're concerned about, 5%, Supreme makes sense. I get that. Absolutely, I get that. What I'm saying is, with Supreme, we're going to alienate our 50-plus voters for a long time. I mean, they're gone. We've lost them. We've gained the youth. I think that's true. But again, statistically, they don't vote. So can we get 5%? Yes. Can we get the White House? Impossible. Now that the odds go from, a lottery ticket to 0 if we have either Holmberg or Supreme. We're not getting the White House. If you don't care, all good. No worries. Again, I'm looking. This matters for what you want from your campaign. That's the issue. What do you want from your campaign? I think Supreme will alienate the older people for the next 10 years. I think that we will get the youth. That's true. But that's not going to be able to have us win elections. And when it comes to staying power, I think Vermin might actually stay. I believe he will, right? I don't think Holmberger will. I think he's going to leave and not come back. I think Vermin will actually stay. I think we'll keep him. And I'm happy about that. I love the guy. I've met him more than once. I hope we do keep him. I hope he does stay. So I think he will stay. My issue is if he becomes top of the ticket, everyone running down ticket is now going to have to be seen with him. And they're going to pick his worst pictures possible. You know this. They still beat us up for Aleppo. You think they're not going to beat us up for Vermin? They're going to kill us. You're going to have a lot of down ticket, a lot of down bit candidates just drop out, just not bother. We're going to struggle to find candidates. That's going to be the trouble with Supreme. While we probably will have a better chance at gaining ballot access, I agree. We have a chance of getting 5%, I agree. We are going to struggle to get down ticket candidates to actually step up and get in our line. I see it already in New York. I see people scared in New York already of it. I see it have people emailing me, texting me all the time. Larry, I can't run. I know. You think I could run in 2022? Oh my God, they will just hammer us for the next 20 years. But again, I don't want to judge you. You have to decide what you think is right. From what I'm saying, I think that's what's going to happen with Supreme. When it comes to Mons, I like Mons. I think Mons doesn't have staying power. I don't think he can raise money. That's my worry. And again, I could be wrong. I don't think he'll raise money. And I think his strength is very local. I think it's very local. And that's about it. I think it's very local. I don't think he's going to be the guy who goes forward. And I don't know if he's going to be supporting candidates. I actually never heard of him until just recently. So I have no idea if he's actually going to be supporting candidates or not. So I'm iffy on Mons. I really am. I worry about making impact. I worry about staying power. I haven't heard a plan from him. I haven't heard a plan from him or Hornberger. I haven't heard a plan. I hear rhetoric like there's no tomorrow. Rhetoric is wonderful. We're going to abolish and get the government out. Nice. But doesn't play outside of our party at all. Right? At all. I've heard so many people yell about, well, they have good libertarian principles, and I get that. I want that. And I want to have some staying power outside of the party. And I feel like the average American right now, most Americans are still loving government. And those who are fighting government, most of them are Trump supporters. If you've watched the videos, most of them, not all, obviously, I do not want to say they all are because they aren't all, but most of them actually are Trump supporters. Are those people going to vote for us? Maybe, but I don't think so. So that's my worry about Mons. I don't think we have any of that. The two people who I think have the best shot of being principled enough and having a plan and being able to raise money and being able to support down ticket candidates are Jorgensen and Gray. Those are my opinion. I think those two are the guys, people, I shouldn't say guys, I'm sorry. That was terrible. I apologize for that. In my head, guys means both men and female. It's a generic term, and I should change that, so I apologize for that. Those are two people, a better way of saying it. Those are the two people who I think have any chance of making any impact. That's my view. I know some of you would disagree, obviously, but this is my opinion. Those two, I think, have the chance of raising money. Those two, I think, have a chance of staying power. Those two have a chance of helping down ballot candidates more than anybody. Obviously, I support Gray over Jorgensen. Clearly, I do. I've made no bones about that. That is where I stand. And I'll tell you why I support Gray over Jorgensen. Both of them have problems. They all do, to be clear. None of them are perfect. They all have problems. Without question, they all have problems. But the issues that I see with both of them, when it comes to Gray, I see already PACs being set up for Gray. I see already money and establishment falling behind Gray. I see already the idea that if we strike lightning and we have a chance at the presidency, which again, I know that it is absolutely a small chance, but if it happens, they're electing Gray. Gray's our president. If that lightning strike hits, he's the president, guaranteed. The number one. But number two, on top of all that, I know he's going to stay. How do I know? He ran in 2012 and never left. He's been going to California. He's been going to Colorado. He's been crossing the country. You guys know me. I've gone to over 60 different conventions across this country these last 4 years. And I've seen the judge at them. Of the people running now that I just talked about, I haven't seen any of them. Sorry, except Kokesh. Again, I'm giving Kokesh a lot of props today. I know I am. Yes, I'm giving Kokesh props. I've seen Kokesh. Take Kokesh out, as I said. That's why I did him first. He's kind of the exception to the rule. Of the other people going, I haven't seen any of them. I just haven't. I haven't seen them raising money for people. I've seen the judge do that. I've seen the judge open up his checkbook and write checks to people. Local big L libertarians running. I was one of them. I saw him do that. I haven't seen the others do that. I saw him do that. I know he'll stay. I know he'll support. I know he will open up his checkbook to us as he's done before. I know he'll open his mouth for us as he's done before. And he will help and assist us, which is what I care about. That's important. I really do believe that's important, and that's why I'm saying that. But not just that. He's got a plan. He's got a plan. His plan makes sense. The only other person who has a plan is Kokesh. Everyone else has rhetoric. He's got an actual plan. It's one of the reasons why I jumped in with him, because I said, look, here's a way of getting this to make the most possible impact that actually does set us up to gaining the press that's required, because the most important piece here is press, and that will come through money, which the judge has, and that will come through a good plan, which the judge has, which means it gives us a chance at the White House, and it gives us, most important to me, a real opportunity to support down ticket. That's what I want. I want, without question, us to have 200, 300, 400 victories next year because of that. I want that to be the situation, and we will do that. That's what I want. I think we can do it. I think we will. Those are my issues with all of them, right? I like Joe. I like Joe. I don't think she's going to raise the money. I don't think she has the staying power. I don't think she has any name recognition. I don't believe that. She's great. Now, people are going to hit me up on, well, the judge has all of these policy issues. Yeah, you're right. 100%. You're right. Absolutely. And I'm here to make them better, stronger, faster. If you've been paying attention, they have been getting better, stronger, faster. That is happening. It can happen. It will happen. As I talked about months ago, I want to be the guy in somebody's ear. And I am. You guys have been watching. You see. Absolutely. And once we get outside of the party, the issues are still radical to most, just not radical to us. I mean, I'm being forward here, right? The issues are radical to most, but not radical to us. It is a point where I hope people will open up, again, to come to us, to hear us, and to move. Many of you have been upset with me and saying, Larry, you want to bring all these people in who aren't libertarians. Yeah. I'm the recruiter. That's what I am. It is our job to train the people who come in. That's what matters. Absolutely, that's what matters. So as I go through all of them, they're all good. They're all good. All of them are better than Trump and Biden. That's for sure. The issue is, what are you looking for? If you're looking for what I'm looking for, and some of you are and some of you aren't, if you're looking for staying power, supportive down ticket, most chance at impact, maybe doing the best thing, which is a gold state. Oh my God, imagine if we get a gold state. I know some of you are saying, well, yeah, but that's terrible. We're never going to get this. If we get a gold state and we don't win, imagine how many victories we're going to have at the local level for just having one gold state. Just imagine that. Absolutely. We could do this. And as we move, we'll get better. Down ticket will be even better. And as down ticket grows, we have chance for more and more growth. I am really all about down ticket more than anything. I do believe that Judge will raise the most money. I believe he has the most staying power. I know he will stay. He will write those checks. He will help us out. He will endorse. He will be the person that we want because he's already been doing it. I'm doing it too. So clearly, I think it's the best answer is a Gray Sharp ticket. I hope it was clear on where I'm standing and why I'm standing where I am and what I think is the right answer. You guys, if you don't want what I want, if your priorities are not my priorities, I get it. I'm not mad at you. You should do what you think is right. You should do what you think is best. And please vote your conscience. You have the right answer in your heart. I hope you do at least. I believe this is the right thing for all of us. I think it's the long run. This is the best ticket for the long run. It is the best ticket to support down ticket. It is the best ticket to not alienate people over 50. I think it's the best ticket to get us the most votes next year. And the reality of it is, we're probably not going to win this one. I get it. But man, we can win next year. And then this year for some people, but probably not this one. But we can. We absolutely can. And I want to give us the best chance of getting those local victories. You guys know that I will travel across the country. You've already seen me. Imagine if I could travel across the country now as the former VP candidate, not just the former governor candidate that no one knows except in New York. Imagine if now I could travel as someone who did a CNN town hall, right? And now I could show up and raise money for you, as many of you know I have done. Now I could show up and bring the press with me and give you guys all the press that you want. You know I would do it. You've already seen me do it. And I've done it as the guy who lost in New York. Imagine if I did it the guy who lost in America. See that? I become even bigger and stronger, and I can bring more people to us. And that's what I want to be able to do. You know I could do this. Absolutely. Guys, I want us to think about this. If you want what I want, it is my view. The only answer is Gray Sharp. That's my view. I hope I was clear on why I think what I think. I accept that there are holes in everybody's resume, to include the judges. There absolutely are. I get it. I'm not going to sit here and try to defend everything. I'm not. All I'm saying is I believe that with all the holes that are in everyone's resume, to include the judges, with all the holes in everyone's policies, to include the judges, to include them, I still believe this is the best chance for us to grow. This is the best chance for a down ticket. Guys, thank you so much for hearing me out. I appreciate you all watching. I hope at least it made sense. Even those of you who are mad at me, I'm sure, who think I'm wrong, I hope at least it made sense. I hope at least you got my logic in what I'm thinking and why I want a Gray Sharp ticket. Thank you, guys.